Hello, party people. Deb Perrin here, and I'm in Tulsa. And we are going to go through quickly a fall look using our Shadowsense, which we all adore. And I've seen so many great videos and techniques from everybody. I love learning too. And then we're going to take that into Halloween. And so I do have on me, I know you can tell I've already got some things started, but and saving time, I wanted to get some things to go ahead and set. So I have got I usually wear medium in the color corrected tinted moisturizer, which we all adore. And today though, I used light and I mixed it with a little snow. Now, we've talked a lot about whether or not you use your blushes, your Shadowsense, your blush scents, your concealers. All of those are amazing cream to powder. But the thing is they all have a different viscosity, which they mean thickness. And that's how you sometimes can choose as to what it is exactly that you choose to use. This is my first mega party and I just have loved it. And the customers that I have in here are having a great time. It's just so neat. I can't wait to do another one. Also on my lips, I have, let me think. I have so many on no. I have Hurricane Red. I have one layer of Hurricane Red, 2 layers of Crimson, our brand new Crimson. And then on the other side, and then I have Matte Gloss because I'm keeping it in theme for fall and for October. And then I have the Team Wicked, 2 layers of Team Wicked on my other side with 1 layer of Violet Volt. Can you all see that? Oh my gosh. I just love. I know it's Sunday. Y'all will probably be watching a lot of this on the replay. Everyone's got errands and things to do. So I get it. Hey! So the reason I did snow and went ahead and put 1 layer on my shadow area, and then all I used was just a little flat. It kind of moves it around. Different things versus whether or not it's your blush or it's your concealer, your foundation. That's why there's different brushes for everything, because everything has a different thickness to it. And you have to be able to move it and take that cream, move it where you want it so that it gets powdery. And that's the beauty of it. That's why we adore this whole entire line. Also, we look so young. That's our favorite part, right? Okay, so what I did, talking about fall looks, let me tell you, doing research, and I'm also a nail professional. I've been with Creative Nail for over 21 years, and I've done Fashion Week a couple of times, and it is insane as to the creativity, the boldness. It's just so fun to look and watch designers. And this sometimes is what you should also do to kind of come up with fun makeup ideas. I mean, I know we all have, Google and we can just check everything and Pinterest and all of that. But sometimes looking at the runways, the current runways, because they're all very, very, very fashion forward, and they'll show you makeup ideas and everything. So in fall, we totally have that nude eye. The nude lip is very much in. The Kardashian look, that is very much in. Sparkling it up, shimmering it up a little bit like we do the J-Lo with our pearlizer. Absolutely. Sandstone pearl shimmer, that kind of thing. But here's a little bit of a difference. Do you see how I have, what I have here is I have Pink Berry Blush, but I have the Pink Opal Shimmer. I carried it over so that it also shimmers and highlights my brow. This is because I want a really bold look, because this side we're going to do something different. So wanting that bold look, I wanted to highlight it. So I just laid it just where your lights will shine down and get that going. I did put, like I said, snow. Remember, if you want something lighter, and I have heard this thing, being talked about before, but if you, and that's the beauty of it. This is like an art palette, you guys. It's so cool, so easy, and so fun once you begin playing. But we have snow, we have onyx, right? So when you have something that is light, you can mix it with other colors. If you mix it, you'll lighten that color. If you lay it down as I did, as a background, okay? So it's a little different than mixing it. If you lay it down as a background, when I put a color over this, it will pop more. So I'm not pasteling it by mixing it and lighting up the color. I want it to pop more. So I have lightened my palette back there so you can see it even better. All right. And I believe this should be dry enough. And I want to show you something that they've done. So I've got my hibiscus and I've got my bandana. Oh, and I have got rustic brown. Can we all talk about adore that color? And it needs to stay in the line forever and ever. Amen. But we love our rustic brown. So I've got rustic brown Shadowsense in my brow, and I made it a little bit bold. And I'm going to take, and if you want to use a palette, you can. Everyone uses something different. I've seen some use the top lids as their palette. Renee uses a piece of packaging tape on her arm. That is so cool. And then she uses that so that she can rip it off. Every makeup artist, every woman playing with makeup, man, woman, or child, has something that they like. I just have a little stainless palette, but you can use anything. You can use a little tile or a little mirror, whatever you want to do to mix or lay your products down. Because remember, excuse me, they are kind of like art. So they're almost like a paint. So you want to be able to mix, blend, grab it with a brush. Tons of different brushes. Pick the ones that are the most convenient for you to use, easier for you to use for your hand. So some I have are more detail oriented. Some are more fluffy because they give a more glowy look. They all kind of have something different going on with them. So I'm going to take some of my hibiscus. I'm going to lay it down here on my palette, and then I'll show it to you from there, okay? That way I don't have to constantly do this with my applicator. Absolutely you can. Absolutely. Especially if you're going to use it as, say, a liner, or you want more detail with it, just pull it out, wipe everything off except the tip. And when you do that, it is as if it is some sort of a felt tip pen or a pencil, and you can get a much straighter line without having all the product all the way around that can interrupt that line that you're trying to make. So for Halloween costuming, that may be a good tip. Hint, hint. Okay, and then let me take some of the bandana. And I'm also going to put down, as soon as I find out what I did with my rustic, I'm going to put down a little bit of the rustic brown. I just love these things. So easy to use. And then I'm also going to put, and then I saw where somebody, I don't remember who it was. So many of you on here are so new to me, and I love this. I haven't ever got to meet you, and this is just so much fun, getting to meet all my Senegence sisters around the world. Okay, so I have the bandana, the hibiscus. I have some of the rustic brown and the onyx. So I'm going to go with more of a patting. I'm going to pat, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit. I'm not fluffing it around. If you do want to fluff it around, do I have too much light on there? If you do want to fluff it around more, then that's when you would use a fluffier brush. Okay? So I'm going to start, because this was something that is very, very much on the runway and for fall and winter, is taking chances and going a little bolder. Some of us have no problem with that. No matter what our age is. We've always been bold. But some, just adding a tiny hint of something somewhere, even if you love a nude eye, a nude lip, then take that and let's just add a tint of a bold on there with one of the new fall line colors, okay? So this is, which one did I grab? Oh, I grabbed the hibiscus, okay. So I'm going to, and I might have to get into my seeing up a little closer here. I'm not sure if I can see everything. Now I'm going to pat this all over my lid. You guys, this is really bold and I get it. But you know what? So is a dark smoky eye, right? Okay, so let's change those dark smoky eyes and give them a little color. All right, can you see how just, and I'm barely touching. I am literally, I'm barely touching this product and moving it around. After a couple of minutes or so, it begins to set. So you want to work in just a steady motion. You don't have to work speedy and really, really fast or anything like that, but you do want to work in a steady motion, because it will begin to set, and then as it sets, it begins to get harder to move. So while this is still movable, I think I got all the way down and got most of my lid covered there, okay? So while this is still movable, I'm going to go with the same brush. I'm going to double dip because I'm going right over with the bandana. Okay, and I'm going to go just above, because I'm going to go right above. I'm blending it. Is this not super fun? So here's your bandana, and then I'm taking it into my crease, and then see my hand is heavier over the hibiscus, and as I come up, I'm lightening up my touch. Does that make sense? Okay. Because if you just start doing this, you're going to make a big mess. So it's just easier. Just stay a light, steady touch. Take your line. I'm just kind of taking the edge of my brush and I'm bringing it down to that corner of my eye. Like I said, I know this is super bold, but you know what? Try a little bit and mix it with what you already love to wear. Okay, wow, huh? Hibiscus and bandana. All right, so from here, now I've got that snow. Remember, the snow is under here. So look what it does to those colors, okay? Look how it brightens and brings out the true color of what you're seeing in here. Depending on the color of your skin tone, your eyes, you might have blue veins, you might have purple, they might be a little darkened, anything like that. That is the reason for evening out and making blank and neutralizing that palette. And that's what you can do with your snow. And the reason I love to use the snow instead of, say, the concealer in the white, or the green even, sometimes depending on what you're doing, but it takes a little longer to dry because it's a tiny bit thinner. So this gives you a little bit more workability and it dries a little bit faster, okay? So now I am going to go into, as soon as I find it, What is it with us, huh? Okay, I've got sandstone pearl, and I've got a lot of shimmer there, and then I have matte up here, and I'm going to go ahead and take that matte. Okay, so I'm going to use just my regular sandstone pearl. Put this down here on my little palette. Isn't that fun? Ah! And before I do this, I'm going to show you something real quick that they're doing really big on the runway. Okay. We had the hibiscus there, right? And then I've got my onyx and I have my rustic brown. I am going to take just the end so that I can do a little mixing. And I'm going to take a little bit of my onyx. I'm going to place it into, now I'm mixing, okay? So it's going to be a whole different look. And I need to get just a smidge more hibiscus. I think I used a lot on that eye. You're like, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to just mix it up. Okay. Now this is going to make a whole different color. Now see how that darkened, there you go. See how it darkened that color up? Now I'm going to go into a liner brush, one that's more detail oriented. As soon as I get down here to this product, oh, you know what? There it is. There it is. Okay. So now I'm going to take the hibiscus mixed with a little of the onyx, okay? So I'm in the same color tones, and I do have a little bit. I just have like barely one coat. I have no lashes, you guys. They are pretty much non-existent. This isn't hardly even one coat. Look how much lash I have. Okay, can't wait to actually put on about 3 layers or maybe 10. Okay, so now I'm just going to go up next to my lash line. I'm going to smudge that along my lash line. So I'm in those same colors. I've got hibiscus mixed with some of my onyx, and I'm just going to take it, run it right along my lashes. Then I'm going to open and I'm going to pull some under, okay? My light is really warm right here. I can feel it. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'll have to answer questions later. I don't have my glasses on. I can't read them. If you have anything. Promise, I'll get right on that. Okay. So I'm just dabbing that under. Now this is the hibiscus, remember, and that's mixed with your onyx. Let me come back here because I think I moved. Bloop, bloop, bloop. There we go. You can always go back and do touch-ups. Okay, can you see that in there? Okay. Now these are bold, 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 because bold is really in right now. Like I said, doesn't mean we're all going to wear it. You wear your version. You be you. That's the beauty of it. Then I'm going to take the hibiscus, again, in its true form, okay? And I'm going to take a little bit of this hibiscus, same brush. I'm not really going to do a lot of pressing and mixing it up on the end of my brush, but let me see if I can. Okay. But here's what they're doing. Look at that. Real light touch, guys. Real light touch. Then take a little bit right on the top. Boom. Can you say boom? Boom. All right. Now I need to do my highlighter up here. And because I had the bandana up here and it's all, see, we're all dry. We're pretty much dry now. Snow's all dry. And I'm going to take my sandstone. And I've still got that little bit of bandana sitting down here. Grab my little brush, a little brushy poo. All right. So we're going to take sandstone cream, not in shimmer. And then I'm going to use this as my highlight. So I'm going to run it. Now, because I have that snow underneath, it's going to do what? It's going to show more. So it's going to be a little bolder, which we have no problem there. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this same brush, okay, and I'm going to sweep it gently down towards, because I'm blending it, okay? So I'm just gently sweeping down towards my bandana and then blend it through. Boop. You see it? But do you see how if I were to do just the colors, if I did just the colors of bandana, your hibiscus, your orchid, let me show you here. And then, you know, we have palm. Oh, wasn't that pretty? Gosh, I love that. Okay. See the colors? See how true they were able to come? But if I were to put these straight onto, because I've done it several times and so I know on me, but if I were to put them straight onto my natural eyelid, I have a little bit of veinage. You can see a little bit through here. I didn't put a lot of snow or anything through here on this side, but you can kind of see I have a little, and I have a smidge of an olive complexion. So it would have come through a little bit different. But looky there. And you could even do your cat eye if you want to do a big, bold cat eye. But how fun is that? Now, if you wanted to take it more, traditional, I guess we could say. If you can call this traditional. You can call this traditional. But if you wanted to, you could go right back in with one of your little, you could even do the little patting brush that I just used. Let me get that Shadowsense off of there. Okay. If you just wanted to, okay, you could go into your crease. See if I got enough on there. Okay. You could go, because I don't want you to think that you have to be this bold. So if you wanted, you could go in and then blend that in. Okay, that's rustic brown. But see how just doing a little bit of change starts to change it? I think I heard Jamie say that she loves a bold eye. And I love that. So you could even do this with your denim. You could take some of the darker tones. You could line if you wanted. And change your liner using your ocean as your liner. And you could even take the ocean and do a line right through and over to pull out. And they call that a cut crease, where you're just cutting off that crease with a sharp line, basically. It's why they call it a cut crease. So you could do it that way, but that gives you something fun that you could do. And then I always like to shimmer the inside as a highlight. I'll just grab my pink opal since it's sitting right here and do it that way. And then I like to pull a little down. Okay, so I pull half of that down under and I pull half of it over. And then just kind of blend. Just make sure you don't have a big blotch sitting there. And then you can put on, of course, our amazing new mascara. Oh my gosh. Like I said, I think I'm going to put on about 20 coats and see what it makes me look like. Like I have some sort of lashes. Okay, so that is one thing that you can do. And then also, we were talking about blush, how I have Pinkberry on. And then I have the Pink Opal Shimmer Shadowsense here. But guess what? Why couldn't I go in with Hibiscus? You could go in with Orchid. Okay? But because one of the fall looks that's really big is being very matchy-matchy. What they were doing is they were taking colors and using it on their eye, their cheek, dabbing it on their lips. So you could even, as a blush, take some sort of a kabuki or a really thick, heavy, something that you can move it around, okay? Look. Oh my gosh, you guys. And then if you just needed it to be thinner, then you could mix it with a little of your foundation. You could mix it with a little snow. If you wanted to lighten it, you could even mix it with one of your concealers or with pearlizer or anything like that. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's bold. That's fun. That's very fun, though. I would do it. Now, if you wanted to use your Shadowsense on your lips, I've done it many, many times. But the trick is so that you don't have not a big mess, but it can spread and kind of get all over the place if you're not real careful, and you have to let it dry. But one way, and the best way to do it, is to put your layer of lip sense down. And if you wanted to use one of your shadows as your lip that day, okay, or have it highlight or anything like that, then put on a thin layer. I'm mixing up a little bit of bandana and hibiscus. I'm just going to like show you, okay, just kind of what it would look like. I'm going to do it as a highlight. Okay. How pretty is that? So you can take them, and the best way, like I said, is make sure it's dry, but also to make them last even longer, sandwich them in between another lip sense, something that's sheer, that lets it show. Say, it could be Fire Opal, it could be Beige or Pink Champagne, something that in one layer is very, very sheer and lets the color that you have come out show up. And that will really help you on that. And I just love doing all of my Halloween looks. I've got this is my onyx, okay? I'm going to go, let me see here. Let me turn this for you so you can kind of see a little bit. You're like, please, can we see? All right, here we go. Remember, it's an art palette. Get that hair out of there. Okay. Bloop, bloop. Okay, all I've done is a big circle. Okay, that's all I've done. That's it, big circle. Got my bold eye over here. We may even just tap that up a little bit and make that look a little bit different. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because what's all this going to come off with? Whether it's on you, your kids, that's right, either shea butter or your foops, you'll be able to get all of this cleansed off. No worries. And you won't have it getting all over everything. I've had more friends that I end up doing their makeups for their Halloween costumes, especially if they don't own their own yet. Okay, so let me get that. Now I'm going to get a little flatter brush, give it a little smoother look. Spread it around. You can do a fast face, guys. Fast face. Sometimes we're all in a hurry. Okay. Now I'm going to go around. Boom. 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 See it? Are you seeing it? Let me bring it around to the front so you can see it, okay? Now what's it starting to look like? Yes, my husband is Mexican, and we have done this for Halloween before. Now, what I'm also going to do while I have it out, I'm going to take my gloss off of this one side. Oh, here we go. I just have a little bit of my matte anyway. There we go. Get some of that off of there. Come down. Come down and join me. If you wanted, you could do your lips, obviously, in just blackberry for this too. Okay. Getting a little bit bolder, huh? Where's my... There we go. Okay, so we need a little bit of a contour going on up in here. Move it around. Oh, I love it. Look. Because it has some of that hibiscus, it's even more perfect. Follow your own lines. Smudge them out. And remember, I had based my face with just with color corrected tinted moisturizer in light, and I mixed it with snow. But you could do your whole face in the white concealer too, and that would just be amazing. I've done that several times. Absolutely. Okay, we have that. Don't we love our Onyx Shadowsense? Trying to do this in the phone. Sorry, guys. I'm sure you'll do a much prettier job when you take time and do it. How about a widow's peak? Heck yeah. Okay. Bring that down to meet. Now, we're going to go back in with a detailer. What do you think I might be doing? That's right. We're going to pull these here. Okay. So you could go ahead and take, I think I have this is the orchid. This is the orchid. You always want to let everything dry a little bit. And if on the shadows, here's one tip too. On all of the shadows, if they have a lot of shimmer, or if they have a lot of the glittery flakes to them, like say rose gold has, or even all of these fall, they've got some shimmer to them. You really want to let them dry, and you want to pat the color in instead of blending it back and forth so much. You wanted to pat like you saw me do over here, because that way you'll get a much truer color. If you do want it very, very sheer, then definitely go ahead and blend. Okay, I'm going to do every other. Just right up here in front so you can see. And then here is bandana. Huh? Boy, you could do some great pumpkin faces with that bandana. I'm telling you. Everybody needs a little bandana in their life there. I'm pretty sure. Then, how about we grab Palm. Green is such a fabulous color. Green is a fabulous. And I'm just going to dot. You could do leaf. Color them in. Go over here. And you could call it done. We got a nice little mess here, so this will be even more perfect, right? To make it look really eerie. We got a mess of hair going on. So you could get your hair all done to match. You could throw a wig on. Hi. Hi. And you could take your Shadowsense, because it will wash out, but if you wanted to do Shadowsense or Lip Sense and put in some of your streaks, like maybe a snow and a black, maybe even pull in one of these colors and pull it in over here, wear all black, and then make sure when you do costuming that you pull it all the way down to where your costume's going to end. So you want to have your makeup, because remember, it's going to come off. You don't have to worry about it. You can mix, you can blend, you can layer. Remember to base, if you need to, base your lids, the whole entire from your liner, from your lashes all the way up to underneath your brow. Base it with a light color. You wouldn't have to use snow necessarily. You know, you could use Whisper Pink or something like that, or Candlelight. You could use any of those. And just play with the ones that work best for your skin tone and for the design that you're willing to do. And then I could even put some big old lashes if it was a costume and get even more elaborate. But love. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing party the rest of the day. And if you have any questions and you posted them down there, I will get right to those in a little bit. And enjoy your Shadowsense. Do some sort of a bold look. Add something different. Add something unique. Even if you always wear nude lips and nude eyes and you love that natural color. So any questions, just let me know. And have a great day. Have a fun party. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.